Folks, welcome to FiddleHed Fiddle Lessons. We're now going to do a lesson on transposition. It was kind of scary. Well, what is it? It's a big word, transposition. It'll win you the game if you're playing Scrabble. It's like at least 50 points for putting all your letters down, right? So, anyway, what it means is that we're playing something in one scale. That, maybe you learned something originally in D major, like Oh Susanna, and then you move it to another scale. So, here it is in D, Oh Susanna. I'm going to take the same melody and start it in E flat, and then E major, and so on and so forth, and they tell two friends, and remember that ad? Okay, so anyhow, why bother doing this, Mr. Fiddlehead, is what you're wondering, right? I just want to learn some tunes. Stop bugging me with these big, like, theory thing. No, it's really a useful thing. I'm going to give you some reasons why right now. First of all, if you're trying to learn a new scale, which you probably will at some point want to learn another new scale, using a tune you already know is a great way to practice the new scale. Why bother, you can just, that old tune that you know already is like an old friend which will help you learn something new, alright? So anyhow, I'm getting way too excited about this. I think it's so useful. Alright, so second reason why we transpose is that it will actually help you get better at the tunes you already know. So it's kind of a chicken and egg thing here, but basically when you're trying to learn this new scale and you're playing this old tune in it, that tune you're going to know so much better. Does that make sense? Okay, so the third reason for learning transposition is that it will make you a more versatile player. Say you're playing with a singer who their best key is A major, yet you've always done this tune in G major. And this might happen to you if you're playing a band, or you just are playing with friends, or at a jam session. Somebody might want to play, Oh Susanna in a key you're not used to, and this will help you be able to just play anyway. Fourth reason is that if you practice doing this transposition, it sort of opens your mind, your musical mind, to what you need to do for improvising. It will sort of naturally create ideas. And so it's also good for composing. Oftentimes I'm practicing some tune, maybe I transpose it, and then maybe all of a sudden I've written something new. Let's just play around with Oh Susanna a little bit. Taking this little bit, now transpose that little thing. It's a new song. You just wrote, it's so easy to write songs. You just take little bits and transpose them. Go do that. Pause the video and do that right now. Okay, I really have to calm down. I'm way out of line, getting way too excited because it's just infinite potential with this lesson that you could just do. With everything you know, you could start trying this. All right? So I'll give you a couple more reasons. Maybe your string gets broken, your E string is broken, you still want to play the song, so instead of, not playing, you just transpose it to a key that doesn't need that. That's kind of a weird example. The last example I'll give is that maybe someday aliens will land from outer space and they won't know how to play the G major scale. So you'll have to transpose to D for them. Sorry, getting off track. You're getting mad at me now. I can feel this. Let's get back to playing. All right, so let's start with something uber simple. Am I allowed to still use that term uber simple? Like, do I have to pay Uber now because I use that? I don't know. You tell me. I hope I don't get sued. Okay, Let's review the tune Biolum. We're gonna transpose Biolum Cabbage Down. It's the first tune I teach to everybody, unless they've already could play. And if you don't already know the tune, it'll take you about a minute to learn it. I'll put a link to the lesson. But so when you're trying to transpose something, first step, just play it in the key you already know it. Second step, play the scale that you want to transpose it to. So that's Biolum Cabbage Down in D. I want to transpose it to G major, so I'm going to play the G major scale. Okay, third step, transpose the tune. Now, we're gonna, in this lesson, stick to tunes in which you just started on a different string. So it'll be a little easier than if you had, because the fingering is gonna be exactly the same. So basically, it will be, I'll be going to starting G2, and you know, a good idea with transposing is to not do the whole tune. You may need to just do a little phrase. So the first quarter of Biolum Cabbage Down, make sure you really got that. But perhaps this is, you're ready to just rock, you're ready to play the whole thing. So go ahead and just play the whole tune. That's Biolum Cabbage Down transposed to G major. I'm now going to give you a play-along track. We're going to cut to a play-along track. You can slowly practice that once on your own. 1, 2, 3. Fun! Okay, thanks for doing that. Some other tunes you could do this with. You could do it with anything. Just starting it on a different string. Maybe this lesson's way too long. Maybe I should have just said, start things on other strings. But I think it's kind of important to know like why we do it, and it'll just help you see more what's going on musically with this as well. So just start with easy tunes like Twinkle Little Star, you know, which I teach starting on D. And then start that on G. You could start it on A too if you've already done the A major scale. Another good one would be like maybe Oh Susanna. Now transpose it to G. If you're watching this video on FiddleHed.com, then you'll notice that there are play-along tracks and tabs for these tunes, for Twinkle Little Star, which I call Fiddle Little Star, and there's also a play-along track for Oh Susanna in G. So if you want further practice with that, if you haven't visited FiddleHed.com, go there and check it out. So just to sum up right now, the essential parts of transposing a tune. Play the tune in its original scale, or the scale you learned it in. Play the scale you'll be transposing the tune to, and then play the tune in the new scale, starting with small parts if necessary. Okay, so anyway, hope that was helpful, and let me know your thoughts. Trying to, you know, so much of your comments and feedback have helped mold this channel, and what's good about it is really you. And I mean that. What's good about these lessons is you and your practice and how you've helped create it collectively. Okay, so we'll see you next time. So long.